watching You Matters Happy Hour.
So, hello and welcome to You Matters Chat Show. So, today is a very special sort of chat show because not only have you got myself on there, Scott Jones, we also welcome award-winning new co-host Andy Leake. Andy, how are we doing?
How are you? Not too bad, mate. I'm all nervous, mate. It's not been a professional studio. Yeah.
It's what happens when you start working with the pros, that one.
It is, yeah. It is, yeah. This time next year, Rodney. This time next year.
Yeah.
It is.
We'll be YouTube famous, mate. We'll be YouTubers.
We will be, mate. Yeah, no, I'm very honoured and privileged, mate. Thank you for asking me to step up to this mark because it's something obviously I've been doing a lot of. But yeah, to go into a professional arena with yourself is a very nice place to be.
I think it's more of a case of all the gear, no idea.
Yeah. Well, and we're all right with that then. We'll get on perfectly well, even though we can't actually physically meet at the moment, obviously.
Yeah, I think the dream here, Andy, is I'm starting with this, but the dream is next year to be on Strictly. I'm sitting there, people on there
together, like as partners, or we're going separately.
I think we're going separately. Yeah, I'm not sure me and you doing it together would attract much of a crowd.
I can do the twist if that's any help to you. I can do the twist. That's all I got really.
Well, I've been hearing about this handbag dance. I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, the handbag dance is legendary, mate. I shall have to bring that back to my Sunday show that I do. That'll have to come back, but it's a bit legendary. And when we all get round to being able to go live, the plan is to have some sort of festival/concert one day when we all can and all get together, all these groups and all these wonderful people. And I'm going to plan on seeing if I can get all the blokes to do a handbag dance. So I might need your comparing skills to help me do that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd be rather comparing than dancing on that one. So
yeah.
I'm happy to take that role.
Yeah.
So, Andy, I mean, most people will probably recognise you, especially at the moment from this week, as you were, should we say, Kidderminster Shuttle famous this week.
I'd have to put my mask on because they took, I don't know how many photos they actually took, but they picked, I think, the worst one, in all honesty. You can't really see. I've got my mask on, which obviously we had to do because of the COVID rules and regulations. Although they did take some with a long lens from quite a way without my mask on, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the photos, Andy, because, I mean, just to show everybody, we do have a picture here of you winning your award.
Look at that.
And we're holding your face there. Let's get rid of that. So there's you with your award, which is fantastic work. But what I want to question is, though, is that was a good picture, but down the bottom there's a different picture, and I'd like to put everyone's attention to your feet. There he is wearing his socks. Look, not even got the shoes on.
How do you know? I haven't even got socks. I haven't got any feet. I've just got toes.
just look at your legs just go into the carpet.
Yeah. I just saying that's not carpet. That's mud. I can't afford carpet. No, I've had a few comments on the socks. I tend to wear my shorts 24/7, 365, or predominantly, I should say. That's my standard look. And I did think, should I put my trainers on? I thought, well, I'm not allowed out, and I'm not allowed, so I can just be like, I didn't realise they'd take full-length photos, if I'm honest, with my feet. I got the shorts because I thought, I'm going to wear my shorts because that's me. But I didn't realise they'd go down to my socks. As I say, I don't think they've actually published the best photo, but hey, it's all good, and I'm very humbled and privileged to get nominated and win an award. So yeah, happy days.
Fantastic. Well, I've actually been that excited, Andy, that you're on the show that I forgot to sort of look into the comments. So we've had a comment regarding you already.
Can I see those?
Rob Wharton.
Hey, look at that, Mr. Wharton. I shall be putting you forward for perhaps a birthday honours in May when my birthday's round. I'll probably do an honours list, so I'll get Mr. Wharton in there. I'll get him. I think it's something he can get an award for. You don't do a lot. Services to alcohol.
Well, that sounds like a great service to me.
Yeah.
Also, Susie says, "What a beautiful pair." I can't disagree with that either. Good evening. P.S. Scotty, don't listen to Andy. He's got bare moves.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm assuming she thinks I can swing my pants, but it's the only move I've got is the handbag dance, Susie, which you've seen many a time in my other show, and obviously I did it in the You Matter Zoom last Wednesday as well. Just a live.
Unfortunately, I missed that the handbag dance.
Yeah. No, it's legendary to be honest. It's just a very exaggerated dance of what I remember the girls being like back in the day. And if you're a Kidderminster person or Worcestershire, you may remember Knights or Zanzibar, Redwoods and Mirage. Those are the type of dances that I remember the girls doing.
Yeah, I don't think that happens too much these days.
No.
It's handbags in the air these days, isn't it, Raven?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's not really handbags, is it? It's little purses now. They get
clutch bags. I think they're called, Scott. Because I'm down with the times, mate. Clutch bags.
You must be down with your latest fashion, mate.
I'm in touch. I'm in touch.
As you can tell, I'm not a very fashionable guy.
No, I've only got this on to promote the local brand, but I'm not going to say that because we're not allowed to do that.
Okay, but I believe that we might be having that local brand that we're not allowed to mention on to talk about that local brand very soon. So
yeah, I'm hoping to. I am talking to our man Alex at the moment. So yeah, we're hoping to get, which is one of the ideas we've got, folks. Just probably jumping on Scott's wagon a little bit. One of the ideas we've got for the new version of the show is to have lots of fun and banter, which I know you've had with Lee previously, but we're going to take that up another level because that's what I'm all about. But we're going to start getting some guests in and hopefully discuss local businesses and what they've done to stay positive through the COVID. So I want the show to be really about positivity, having some fun, having some laughs. We've got another Zoom on You Matter, which happens on a Wednesday, isn't it, Scott, where that gets a little bit more into the mental health side of life. But this show is going to be all about positivity, having some laughs, get some funny stories on, tell us some of the fun stuff you've had. And we'll be interviewing, hopefully, one or two members of the local scene who can share some of their stories or the way they've grown businesses or whatever it may be over the last few years and certainly in the last 12 months. So looking forward to that.
Brilliant. Go back to the comments. You got Jamie says hello all. Susie says hello, Jamie. Having a little conversation with ourselves there. Jennifer says hello. Do
I go on to comment? Oh, there we go. I can see the comments myself. Sorry.
Yeah. Lou says evening all.
We've got some of from Alex Bowman. Is on there. Alex Bowman in the list of comments. That's the Ace Face guy. I'm going to mention aceface.com. If you want some mod gear, he's your man. And
so suppose we're mentioning the brand now, yeah?
Yeah, not going to mention the brand now. It's private. Yeah. I've got an Ace Face. There we go. That's all I'm going to say. Lou Smith wants the dance done. JB's on. Jane Bunny's on. I can see the comments now. Matt Calvin says we're twins.
I can see that.
Yeah, see that.
There we go.
Well, I can put my glasses on. We could go the other way as well, couldn't we? I haven't brought them in yet.
You're going to need to because I couldn't see a thing then.
Couldn't you? Rob Borton's having a laugh. Obviously, Jennifer Ball. Hello, Jennifer. I don't know Jennifer, so hello, Jennifer. There's going to be people on here I won't know from who aren't necessarily on my group either, Scott. So it'd be nice to get some new faces and new names.
So, Jennifer is quite a regular on the chat show. Okay. Always commenting. And when we did a fundraiser in November, December time, Jennifer kindly donated some Body Shop products for the raffle.
Okay, I could do some body. If you do like a 6-pack creator, Jennifer, anything like that, chicken wire belt to get the 6-pack, something like that, barbecue, then that'd be much appreciated. NMS is on. Nicola Marie Simpson from our show NMS, as she's known, she's on. Good evening to you, Susie. Yeah, happy days. Yeah, so I'll have some a 6-pack creator, Jennifer, if you can get one. Thanks.
So Andy, while we're waiting for some more comments to roll through, what have you been up to in the last week, apart from receiving awards and getting your face all over Kidderminster?
I've been online. Face is on. Face Matt Calvin. He'll get shouting at me if I don't mention him. He's on. So I've done some book signings. If it had been someone of Open Fates, I haven't Open Fates. No, to be fair, mate, I'm back at work. I work at a school which is vulnerable kids, so back at work. That's really been it so far this week. The weekend, I'll try and spend some chill time. I'm really big on getting outside and walking in nature, to be honest, mate. I like going into the woods and just getting in touch with that. So, yeah, it's just been that sort of thing. I went back to work last Thursday because I had to isolate for 10 days. So I haven't really been at work since Christmas because the weekend we were due to go back, I got a notification, a direct text through the app from Bojo saying, Leaky, do you fancy another 10 days? And he gave me another 10 days and very nice of him. I think that was
I was lovely. He did the same to me, but back to back. So I got out of one 10-day isolation, and like a day or so later, I was back into another 10-day isolation. So yeah, it's big fan of Boris.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bojo. Yeah, I've been walking around the streets without a mask on, trying to bump into somebody else that's tested so I can get some more time off. And folks, I haven't really before anyone gets on the aisles. I haven't really. So it's been quite back to work, trying to get back into it. But yeah, other than that, really, it's been in isolation for the last couple of weeks. So you have to stay in and you got to do your thing, haven't you? Do your bit.
That's it, mate. Got to do what we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to set you up with a bit of a quiz, Andy, if you want, and other people to join in as well.
Okay, can I just ask Mr. Wharton? Mr. Wharton's taking the moral out of my Mighty Wolves getting hammered, basically. That's happy lunchtime. I cannot, Rob, I'm not going to knock it. We were dire, we were poor. I know people don't want to hear about the football, but being a Wolves fan was tough. We played Albion twice in 7 years and conceded 8 goals. That ain't good. So it was a tough old morning, but we got what we deserved. We got what, at least we weren't playing Crawley. Rob, just mentioned that. Was it Crawley?
Wolves got Crawley in the cup.
No, Chorley we got. Wouldn't Crawley beat Leeds the other night? Was it Crawley?
Sorry, yes. I'm with you. It was, yeah.
Was it Crawley or Fairport Cliffs? I can't remember.
It was Crawley, and the winning goal scorer was an ex-Harriers player.
Oh, okay.
Who actually... There's a bit of a story behind this that some people might have heard before who watched the show. But John Tunnicliffe, who scored that goal, used to play for the Harriers. And yeah, when they were warming up and I was reading out the teams at the Harriers, he kicked the ball forward that hit me on the head and knocked me unconscious in the middle of reading out the teams, broke my glasses. So yeah, it sort of ruined I was on a New Year's Day as well.
Happy. Just for people that don't know, Scott is the MC up at Kidderminster Harriers when he can and is allowed to. Does all that sort of thing. Yeah, Rob. Yeah, touche, mate. I'll take it if you can take it. Yeah. Jennifer Ball having a moment of glory as well, I notice.
Yeah, I think United fans are having to take their moment while they can because I don't think it's going to last much longer.
No. I'm going to shut up now anyway about football because I'm not in a place to talk about it, really. Truth be known.
I'm a Harris fan. I'm never in a place to talk about it.
No, we're not. Locally, we're just not doing very well, are we? Whether we support local or just our local people. Rob's having it in the neck. I'm getting it. Harriers aren't doing particularly well at the moment. But here's what it is. We're all alive and we're all breathing and laughing.
Great start to the season by Harriers. The last couple of games haven't been great, but they're in isolation at the moment. So hopefully give them a bit of time to sort of rejig themselves.
Yeah, my opinion is they should... stop football altogether, but that's just my opinion. While we all try and get better and get into get the world back on its feet.
I think the problem with it is like it's obviously like bad for like spreading it around, and it's obviously a lot of cases are now getting into football clubs and football town. But then on the mental health side of it, football's quite good for people to have that release from everything sitting on a watch. So it's a bit of a catch-22, really, isn't it? With
you say that being a Wolves fan, mate, ain't doing my mental health no good. Susie's asking, can she ask a serious question? Tracy Hawks is supporting Wolves. Of course you can, Tracy. Happy days.
But so Susie's got a serious question, but it's football related.
So it's not about Leeds, it's not about Wolves, it's not about Harriers.
Go on then, so you can ask it.
And then you can do my quiz if you want, Scott. I've had my hair cut. Well, I cut my hair, I should say.
I've been meaning to get mine cut for a while, but
that's tricky. I've had to Bunster can't come and do it, so I've had to just go with the clips.
Yeah, I'm not far away from shouting Wilson to a ball at the moment. All right. While we wait for Susie then to put a question, and I want to ask you one true or false question to get us started. Oh, saying that, and she's put one in. So Susie says, what you just said, Scott, so many people rely on football, the games, the drinks, the banter, and when it all stops, what do you suggest? Coping mechanisms.
You go to the games, you have a drink and you have some banter. Simple.
Yeah, I mean, without it, what do I suggest is I haven't got a clue because my whole life I've been following football. I've always had that in my life. I don't know if there is even a life without football.
I think the man that could probably answer that question amongst even yourself, Scott, the man that could put us all to shame would be Mr. Wharton. That man travels lengths and breadth to follow his beloved Leeds, and I know he's done the same with England in the past as well. So if anyone can answer a coping strategy when there's no football, Mr. Wharton probably can. So we may wait if he's still listening.
Yeah, and there's nothing I love more than hearing a story of a travelling supporter as well.
I'm sure Rob's got a few. A lot of them won't be available for this public viewing.
Yeah, so Susie means when the game stops and due to lockdown, etc., they can't meet up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of people, I mean, Andy, I don't know about yourself, but I find it difficult when there's no football for about 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm a bit like Rob, I travel to most games home and away with Harriers. So normally every weekend and sometimes in the week, I'm watching football, traveling. And then all of a sudden you go 6 months without doing that thing you've been doing. I mean, I've been doing it for about 15 years, probably a bit more. And it's just, then it's taken away from you. It is tough to cope with. And Rob says here, he's not coping, with a bit of a smiley face.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it, when it's your life? I mean, I've sort of like I've certainly not been any level of you and Rob. I have followed Wolves for many years, but I dropped out, got married and all those good things. But yeah, I mean, it's anything that's taken away when you're so intensely involved with it is going to have some sort of effect, I'm sure.
Cool. And Tracy says, this is cool. How have I not found it before? It's probably because Andy hasn't been on before. And
I'm new tonight. Nikki Marie's coping just fine. I think she hates football, to be fair. So, Tracy, it's my first night tonight. Scott's been doing it with Lee up to now. Lee's got other commitments. So I've come from another site that I look after, just to give you a background, that works with you, Matter, as well. My other sites and some of the guys on here are members of both. And Scott kindly and very humbly for me, to be fair, asked me to co-host with him here. So welcome and thank you for your kind words.
Right, so I'm going to try and get in this true or false question for you, Andy. It shows the show's going well when we ain't got time to put it in. So Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson both married the same woman.
All right.
Is that true or false? Put your comments in as well if you think you know.
I'm going to go. Do you want me to answer it now or do you want to wait a minute?
Well, say what you think. Yeah, we'll see what comes through.
I'm guessing because the only woman I know that Jackson married is Lisa Marie, so I'm assuming that Nicolas Cage married. So I'm going to say yes, it's true.
Okay. So put your comments in to see what you think. Nicholas thinks it's true. Is there anybody else? Matt Calvin thinks it's false.
I wouldn't.
Andrew Maguire says it's true. 2 trues, 1 false. Susie Griffith says false.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a bit of a split decision here. There's quite a lot. Lou Smith says false.
My boy, that is above there. Harry Leake. That's my boy. They're watching.
So we've had quite a few coming in. It does seem to be true or false. Quite split.
Obviously, it's going to be true or false. Well done, Scott.
I shouldn't have paused. I was meant to say true or false split, but I had a little pause for some reason and made it sound a bit. I mean, to be fair, for people seeing this for the first time and thinking, who is this guy? He's not very intelligent, is he? Tracy actually says true. It was Lisa Marie.
That's what I'm going with because it's the only one I know Jackson married, but I don't not really into him, to be fair. So,
okay, well, I'm going to reveal the answer then. So the correct answer is they were both married to Lisa Marie.
Boom! Come on.
There we go.
Look at that. Didn't even use Google, Bing, just straight in there. Straight in there. Happy days.
It's the thing, isn't it? With you being live on air, you can't have a little Google. You can't have...
Because I wouldn't know. I'd lose you. If I press any button, I know I'll lose this stream, which is very professional, guys, compared to the stuff I use. Let me tell you. Excellent.
So, as I said earlier, it just looks good. And that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, happy days. All over it when we're all over it.
Okay, so I've got another one for you.
Come on, then. Throw them at me. I'm all over it now.
Olivia Newton-John represented the UK in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1974, the year ABBA won with Waterloo.
True. I don't know about the year. She did do it, but I'm going to go with true. Let's have true. True.
Trace wants to know what's the prize for winning. It's just pride. You can just say, I beat the You Matter Chat Show true or false quiz.
But you won't, because like I'm nailing it, and I'm going true as well. I'm going true. So going true as well. Hello, Michelle.
So Susie says top tip is always go the opposite of what Susie says. She's never got one right. So what are you saying on this one then, Susie? Olivia Newton-John represented the UK in Eurovision Song Contest in 1974, the year ABBA won with Waterloo. So I think everyone's kind of would be happy that Olivia Newton-John did represent the UK. But it's whether it was that year and whether it was the same as ABBA with Waterloo.
That's my thing.
So let's have a look at what people are saying. Michelle says false. Matt Calvin says true. Nicola Marie Simpson says true. Hans McGuire, true. Jennifer Ball, true. Lou Smith, false. Jane says true. Tracy says 1974. So I'm guessing she means true. Yes, she says true underneath. Sorry. Susie Griffith says false. I think that's because everyone's going true. Lou Smith says hi, Shell. And Shell says hi, Lou. See, I think we're bringing people together here, Andy, as well, aren't we?
I think it's great, Matt. I think everything that You Matter done, just on a serious note, for 1 second, and that's all I'm going to be for, the things that You Matter done and Awesome Together done have just created this, as Jane Bunny once called it, a huge dysfunctional family. And it is absolutely amazing to see everybody swapping over and coming over. And it's brilliant. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think we're in a year now of You Matter.
Yeah.
So the You Matter Warrior Forest group on Facebook started a year ago this month. And it's grown. I think the page itself is at 1,200 people. So
yeah, I think Awesome Together, which is my page, which if any of you aren't members of, come over to Awesome Together. Slightly different group. There's over 300 members there. We'll be a year in around about April, I think. So
yeah, which again is another fantastic group, and I'm a member of that as well. And always popping, have a great look, and is always putting his wisdom on there.
Yeah.
Sharing his thoughts.
My thoughts, yeah, not necessarily wisdom, thoughts.
That's wisdom and thoughts.
I'm nailing this.
Well, you are nailing it because the correct answer, it's true. She did represent the UK in the same year. Okay.
2.
What else have we got? Okay, so Ben Nevis is the tallest mountain in the UK. So Ben Nevis is the tallest mountain in the UK. Is that true or false?
My boy should know this. Harry, I need your input, but I'm going to go with false before anyone else does. False.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've gone with false.
I
have. Michelle going with true. Matt Calvin's going with false. Jennifer Ball says true.
If anyone's asking, I'm itching. Honestly, I'm itching.
I'm trying to look over here.
Yeah, just keep going above at eye level. I'm itching. My leg.
This is true. Jane Bunny says true. So a lot are going against you here.
Yeah, they are. Harry's gone true. See, now I'd know with him that he's into his mountains and stuff.
Are you starting to regret your false now?
I think I am being. Yeah, I think I'm. But not regretting it because I made the decision. But I think I'm wrong.
At least you're owning it. That's what you do. You're not owning your mistakes.
Yeah, you got to take responsibility for life. That's what you have to do. I'll take my responsibility. But Harry's saying he doesn't know, Dad. I think. Oh, right. So he's bottling it now.
He's starting to doubt it now, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that Harry was correct. It was true. So there's your 100% streak gone.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 so far. I'm keeping a score of this because it's another certificate I can put on my wall.
I mean, there's a Matt put a comment in. You tucking the old man up.
Arse, mate, that's arse. And it going after his old man, isn't it? Woo.
Yeah, so keep your comments coming in. Let us know. So what we do like to do on this chat show is always hear stuff that you've been up to in the week. Maybe some funny things have happened to you, or something funny that happened to someone else that we can laugh at. Anything. Call someone out on something. Let's see.
Jane Bunny and NMS have been firing on 3 out of 3. Tracy Hawkes has got 3 out of 3. Happy days. I think Lou Smith got 3 out of 3. Jennifer Ball's got 3 out of 3. Yay. She says, yay, yay, yay. Yeah, so like Scott says, if you've got anything funny that's happened, or you want to call somebody out on something funny, or you just had a momentous occasion happen in the last 7 days, just let us know what it is so we can all share in your joy. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything that's happened to me throughout this week that was funny. But I don't think it really has. I've had quite a boring week, I think, this week.
I'm getting messages here. There we go. I'll just get rid of those messages I'm getting.
Are they appropriate messages or inappropriate messages?
Yeah. They are appropriate. Just get rid of those. It's I'm like you. I think it's been a fairly straightforward return back to work, but try and take something out of every day. There's always something every day. There's got to be some of these. I mean, have you seen some of these people on this feed? I'll put Rob Wharton, Jane Bunny, Lou Smith, NMS, Tracy, I don't know, Face. There's got to be something stupid happening in their world because they're all as daft as brushes, to be honest.
I'm not sure that the way to try to get people to interact is calling them daft as bushes.
Okay, yeah, all right, okay. Yeah,
one thing I do want to bring up again, Andy, is just in case people have joined us recently and wasn't here at the start of the show, was these socks.
Yeah,
there's Andy winning his award, but just wearing his socks to do so. I mean, that's rock and roll, that is, mate, isn't it?
This time next year, everybody will be wearing them. I remember, because I always say that to my kids when they were younger, they'd always mock me for wearing my shorts or my socks like that, and on my slippers. I used to wear, like the moccasin slippers you can buy. The ones that get bigger over time. So by the time you've had them 3 or 4 months, they're like Pingu's feet. I used to call them my evening driving shoes. Whenever I was going to pick the kids up from any clubs, I'd wear them to fetch them. They'd be like, Dad. And I remember saying, this time next year, everybody will be wearing them. And then one year, Prince William, Harry, I think it was filmed playing football in Africa with in some village. And he got a pair on. Exactly the same, and I remember running around the lounge going, "Yeah, told you, didn't I?" Head of the game, I was head of the game, mate. Head of the game.
What you're saying is, Prince Harry saw a picture of you wearing them and was like, "I need those in my life."
This time next year, I said it, I manifested it. He was there in a village playing football with all these little kids, and in Africa somewhere or in that area, and boom, he got a pair on, and Harry will vote for that. Look at the comments we're getting. Look.
I can't keep up. They're all going. We've got Sockgate. Starting, Matt Calvin says, Dickie Groom, the Rotarian.
That's the other guy,
yeah. Jane says, blimey, awesome. Just gone and mad for approval. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Awesome together. Very different group to You Matter. You Matter is very much more prescriptive, very strongly supported by the medical profession, which is absolutely amazing. Awesome together. Slightly different feel. We don't do the medical side of things. We're just a very supportive community of people who are there for those that maybe don't necessarily need that professional help. So you've got 2 ends of 2 amazing groups. So thank you guys for coming over. Really appreciate it.
And then we pulled together to make this show.
Absolutely. We come together because that's the right thing to do. Absolutely awesome. My son, that'll be an iconic Kidderminster photo for years to come. Like Johnny the Cobbler.
We'll be sitting on Kidderminster Matters. I remember this guy during lockdown.
There'll be a picture of the drunk bloke falling over the wall, Johnny the Cobbler, and then me and me socks. Holly saying Scott and Annie, that's me, Annie. Hi, Holly, hope you're well. Yeah, they were. The moccasins were size 14, was stretched, Holly.
Yeah, so Holly corrected herself there.
I was on page 7 of the Times back in 2004 as well, which I've got that iconic photo I could send you one day. But that was in Portugal. I haven't got sliders on. You wouldn't catch me wearing one. My son mentioning the iconic photo of me on the fridge, which is on our fridge downstairs of me up the statue in Portugal when we went to watch England Croatia.
Nice. Is there something special about that photo? Like you're wearing bad shorts?
It was page 7 of the Times newspaper. The story behind it was that the guy just stopped us in the square, saying, will you climb that lamppost and take a picture? I was like, you having a laugh? I'd had a few, obviously. It was back in 2004. I was with all my mates. And he showed me his ID and everything. I was like, no way. He said, I'm from the Times. So I climbed it anyway and had a picture taken because I'm a bit weird like that. And then I rang my mum or texted my mum when I was, can you buy the Times? There it was, half-page photo. I can get it and show it. You're on camera if you want to see it. It's on the fridge. Yeah.
I like the fact that some bloke told you to climb a post and you're like, no way, I'm not doing that. I'm from the Times. All right, no worries. Yeah, I'll climb it.
Yeah, page 7 at the time. Brett Morris, who's another Kidderminster lad that some people will know. He was on page 5 of the Sport, the Sunday Sport.
No,
and then at the same weekend. Tracy Hawkes is saying that I can buy the Queen's socks for 62 quid. I think that's it. Ange McGuire is asking me if I'll be joining your face-to-face meetings in the future. That was talked about with Susie, Ange. Obviously, it's gone off the radar a little bit due to the obvious, this little thing we've got going on at the minute. But yeah, that is a plan to come. I think Susie wanted me to come and just have a chat with people about the way I've managed to turn my world around. So yeah, it'll be a pleasure to do that for everybody and just be part of the ongoing future of all this. We've created something. We need to keep the steam going. So yeah, of course, Ange, if that offer's still there. Johnny the Cobbler. Everybody's got a copy of that photo. They have. Susie Griffiths was on Tiswas.
Oh, someone need to explain Tiswas to me. I'm not quite sure what that is.
01818 Multicoloured Swap Shop. Were you one of them, were you? Rob Wharton was on the front page of the Daily Mail. I'm going to guess it's Charleroi for that. I think that's how you pronounced it, wasn't it? France. But I'm not sure.
Just remembered I was in the newspaper in 2014 when Harry's got to play Sunderland.
Yeah.
I had my photo taken outside the ground.
Some Harriers photos back in the day in the shuttle, to be fair. NMS, Lou Smith, Johnny the Cobbler used to stop outside the salon on his bike, park up and get his banana out of his saddlebag and waggle it at me. Bless him. Fair enough, NMS. Fair enough. Sweden 89, I was wrong with Rob. I wasn't far off. I knew it wasn't. And it's not out there for cheese, that's for sure. Thank you, Ange. Looking forward to it. Sweden 89, Rob was in the Daily Mail.
Nice. My bro and dad have told the Flan Fingers house. the Flan Flinger? He was a character on Tiswas that was basically a flan flinger. And he just run off with a mask and a cape and just sponge, and then run off again. And he was the Phantom Flan Flinger. Jennifer Bourne's photo was always in Kidderminster Shuttle with my school. Were you a sporty girl, Jennifer, or was it just your what was going on? Why were you always in the shuttle? Were you a bully? Were you nicking pens? What was going on? I think he's probably a bit like me. Is every time you hear the shuttle was going to take a photo for anything, I'll join that group. They're coming to look at the science group after school. Yeah, I'm now a member. I'll be there for everything.
Look at that, Matt Calvin, otherwise known as Face. If anybody hears me mention the word Face or the name Face, as in this, that I'm referring to Matt Calvin, who lives down in Crantock, down south. He had a drawing on Vision On. That was Tony Hart, wasn't it? Vision On and Morph.
I'm more of an art attack guy.
Yeah. Hold on, Susie Griffiths. Scotty, you need to do some research here. The Phantom Flan Flinger and Chris Town, all the men fancied Sally Jones, but she wasn't very nice off camera. Oh, blimey. There we go. Susie in a close friendship with Sally James. Yeah. Maybe not a kid person. Jennifer, she was in photographs because she was to do with sport.
That's great. Susie says, Jane Bunny, wow, that's amazing.
Hold on, NMS. Can we pick that up off NMS? Is she talking to Susie Griffiths or saying about Sally James? Can we put that comment up? The one under Michelle's compost corner?
This one?
Susie Griffiths. Is this just poor grammar? Susie Griffiths always had her tits out.
I never noticed that one.
Is that just poor grammar?
Or is there a side to Susie that we never knew?
Yeah. Is this just poor grammar, or is it Is it? Come on, we need to know who's just said it. NMS. Are you insinuating, or are you making a comment about Sally James? John Deacon's shouting out to you. Rob,
yes, hello, John.
We'll be doing it every Monday, Rob. Have a safe evening, pal. Pleasure to have you with us, obviously, as always. I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks for joining us, Rob. Here's a Tracy says, I work with a guy whose dad was the Phantom Flinger. That's tripping me up there. That's so
Jane Bunny's, was it Jane Bunny's dad plastered the Phantom Flinger's house? So is Tracy Hawks, is that the fan flinger that lives in Kiddie by the Lando? Oh, we could have a right thing going on here.
This could be a next guest on the show. We could get the flan flinger on.
Yeah, we need to get the flan. There's an interview. We need someone to get us the contact of the flan flinger, please. If anyone knows him, knows where he lives, and it's genuine and it's fact, and you can prove it to me, I will contact the flan flinger and we will get the flan flinger onto our show to relive some of his famous stories from Tiswas. What a thing that would be.
Yeah, I mean, if he lives by the Lando, I literally live by the Lando because I could go knock on his door and drag him out.
John Deacon, I was a swap shop person. 01818 was the number.
Man, there seems to be a lot of love for Tiswas. I think I need to do some research and watch this, don't I?
Yeah, Tiswas was a very rebellious. There was two. There was Swap Shop, which was like a bit straight and cardigans, and used to swap stuff. So you could ring up and swap your Sabutio set for a 19-year-old, and then you had Tiswas, which was the Phantom Flamfling and all raucous, and the specials played on it and bands and all that sort of thing. Face wrote to Jimmy Savile asking to sing with the Bay City Rollers. He was ignored. But then he did work with the Rollers in '94. I think he became a hairdresser. That's what he's saying.
I bet at the time, Matt was probably very upset that Jimmy Savile hadn't responded, but a bit of a relief now, isn't it?
So we've got, hold on, mate, Scott, looks like we have a way in here. Tracy's seeing the flan Filinger's son in the morning.
Wow.
Jane's going to ask her brother if he's got the number. But his kids don't even know didn't know he was a flan flinger for years. And Face is asking, does he still wear the same clothes? Now, basically, Scott, he wore just a black mask, a black hat, a black cape, and ran on, flan people in the face, and then ran off again.
So I'm just going to bring up a picture. I'm going to have a quick look at the picture over here.
If you can find one.
If we could get him on the show, this is...
Oh, it'd be a legendary. If we can get the flan flinger on the show, that would be amazing, guys. So if someone wants to send me or Scott the contact details, we will get in touch with him, and email, phone number, house number, and whatever you think is appropriate. And if you can make a tentative inquiry, if he'd be up for it, that saves us having to do an icebreaker, like putting a flan in his face when he opens the door.
And I think that's the best thing about interviewing him at the moment is he can't prank us or anything.
No.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a few pictures of him now. That because there was I mean, this kind of reminds me of the show, and the name just slipped out of my head now, of where people used to, I think it was called Balls of Steel, and it was when like people used to have to do things that like most people wouldn't do, and there was actually a guy on there that was local to the area who used to work at Hospital Radio, who we had connections with when I was working there.
Okay.
Tim Shaw. And he used to, he was on that TV show for a bit, and he was knocking on someone's door at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to sell them new windows. Obviously didn't go down well with people.
Where's my cardigan? I've got my cardigan on today. I'll get that. It was a tank top, actually, Sarah. It was a tank top I said I'd wear, not a cardigan. I've got that. I look like Frank Spencer, though, in it. Good evening, John. Hope you're well.
So, reading this then, was Chris Tarrant Tiswas?
He was the main host. Yeah. So it's him, Sally James, and they used to keep the audience in a cage. It was like, and then gunge them and stuff. It was like just complete It was as close as you get in those days to an anarchic show. It really was just complete opposite the Swap Shop. Yeah.
Great word there.
I'm not reading a story today. This is about fun and banter, Susie Griffiths. You don't want me reading a story out of a little book. Hey, yeah, she loves my dancing, does Susie? I'll dance if you get your tits out. Oh, was that gone now? Have we moved on?
Yeah, I think we discovered that wasn't Susie.
Ah, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Nicky Hawkins right there. Look, she's correct. Look, Lenny Henry was on it as well. And Bob Cowell was Spit the Dog. Spit the Dog, Scott. He had a puppy called Spit the Dog.
No,
and that's all it did, which obviously in this day and age, you'd have to wear a mask.
Yeah, I've heard of Spit the Dog.
Yeah, you'd have to wear a mask these days.
So I've heard that one. But yeah, can't be doing that now, can we?
No, I wouldn't be doing that.
A funny story, Susie says.
They're not books. I mean, I've got what books have I got there? How to survive in a world zero negativity. They're not really funny. They're all personal development books. I'm afraid, Susie. I'm a bit daft like that. I haven't really got funny books. They're all personal development books. I'm afraid, my lovely. Bit anal on all of that sort of stuff.
Just trying to see if we can find a quick funny story.
I haven't trying to look see if I've got anything at all. Let me have a look. Oh, I'll tell you what I have got. Look, I've got I love QI. One of my favourite programs is QI. I love QI and the facts on it. So I've got a book, 1342 Facts.
Oh no, you're going to test me now, aren't you?
There we go. 95% of people on Earth have at least one thing wrong with them. So these are just facts out of the QI book. The world's most expensive toilet paper is £825,000 a roll, and it's hand delivered with a bottle of champagne.
Well, that was before the pandemic. Imagine what it's worth now. I mean, in April, that would have been worth millions.
Yeah. What else have we got? In China, it is illegal to post erotic banana videos online.
I wouldn't be able to live.
No.
That's what I make my living.
I'm trying to find just some random ones.
So, also, Andy, before you continue that, Susie says that she just wants to hear the Tom Hardy voice. So I think the next one you need to do in a Tom Hardy voice.
I can't do Tom Hardy. Was he? I'd have to swear with Tom Hardy, don't you? I can't. I don't know. Come here, fucking shit. That was Tom Hardy, wasn't it?
Oh, Nicola Simpson says she's peeing herself here. It's a polite way of putting it. I hope she means from laughing and not there's bigger problems going on.
I'm trying to find just some random sort of like interesting. There's millions of facts in here. Walruses get dandruff.
That's quite a random fact, isn't it?
The Nazis didn't call themselves Nazis because Nazi in German is country bumpkin. There you go.
Is that why we called it to them?
Must have been. I don't know. I'm not sure. The pencil sharpener. There's a pencil sharpener museum in Ohio which has got 3,500 pencil sharpeners in it. Surely there's just a pencil. Anyway, if you're interested, 1342 Facts QI. That's my go-to book for facts.
I think we just need to give an honourable mention as well, Andy. Someone's just commented. Lee Whitehouse, who obviously started the show with me originally, who's, as he says, temporarily had to step back because of other commitments. But we're hoping Lee will be able to come on and join us quite a lot from time to time when he's free. And he's loving the new layout. Unfortunately for Lee, it fell at bad timing because the new system and layout came in. We got it available to us just at the time that Lee left. Stepped back and not left as such.
It is very professional. I must admit, it is something I might look at to bring into the awesome group together as well. But certainly, it's if we can just do it in one show, it'd be even better when it saves the aggro. But
yeah.
Hi Lee, I hope you're well. I hope you don't mind me sitting in your seat, so to speak, Lee. It's a pleasure, and I'll try and keep it warm for you. Crackerjack 5 on a Friday, 5 past 5 on a 5 past 5 on a Friday, John. Crackerjack or could crush a grape. I was Crackerjack or could jump off a doll's house.
See, one good thing with the show today is it's made me feel quite young. So I feel like I'm too young to have watched half of these programs.
Yeah. Have all the comments dried up? Have everybody gone home now, are they?
No, we've still got a few on. Matt Calvert said it was 5-5.
5-2.
Yeah,
what was that? I'll tell you the program I used to like, and Scott, this will probably, you may not even know this one. There was one with Mike Reed called Run Around. Run around, nah. And they used to have to stand on a spot to choose the answer that was up on the walls. They stood on below an answer, if you like. And when they stopped and they'd study, give them an opportunity to change. And he used to go, run around, nah, like that in his Cockney accent. And they could swap if they wanted to. They weren't sure the answer. Used to like that.
Yeah, I know Mike Reed, but I've never watched the show.
Yeah, no. That was another one. Run around. Yeah. Run around. No, Matt Calvin, yeah, look like Run Around. Yeah, NMS, Lou, they're all on that one for me. Where's Tracy Hawk's gone? She's disappeared. Where's she gone? They all gone, have they? Again, just James keeping on top of the people that are requesting approval to join Awesome Together. Thanks, guys, and welcome to that show, or that group, I should say.
Yeah. So, well, I just want to say for Andy, I mean, is it just Sundays you're doing at the moment, Andy, or are you doing more in the week? Your little one-man show?
I'm back at work now. My one-man show's just on a Sunday morning. It's just a telephone, and I talk live through Facebook on my personal feed. So if anybody would like some positivity on a Sunday morning, which is basically lots of music, lots of requests, and an hour or so of just I'll take the piss for want of a better phrase. It's just me on my own with my phone. I go live on my personal Facebook feed at 8:30 on a Sunday morning. If you'd like to watch that for an hour, I can't see you. You can comment. It's not like this, though. It's literally on my phone. And a lot of the guys on here come on it regularly. So it's 8:30 on a Sunday morning. You'll just need to friend request me personally, though, to see that, because I do that on my personal feed, Andy Leake, if you want to see that one. Cheers, Scott.
Now, as Leah said, the best show was the original Generation game with Len. Now, I do love the Generation game, but I think when I watched it, it was more Bruce Forsyth. Or Bruce Forsyth, so should I say.
It was Len. Larry Grayson, I remember. It was Len Lee. I don't remember Lee.
He meant Bruce. He did mean Brucey.
Len, is he the guy that is Len Bruce? Right. I was thinking. Right. Okay. Yeah. Len. Isn't he Len Bruce, the guy that does Strictly? Isn't that Len Bruce? Has he got really confused all the names?
That is Len someone, isn't it? I don't watch Strictly either.
No, I'm not. Thank him. Larry Grayson. Oh yeah. Larry Grayson. Remember, shut that door. What's the scores on the doors, Miss Ford? Remember that as well.
Now the biggest catchphrase I sort of remember is like for Price is Right. I used to go like, Andy Leake, come on down.
Len Fairclough. Yeah. Like you're really excited, weren't you? What was his name? Yeah. Did he die or didn't he get done for something? Leslie Crowther. Len Goodman. Thanks, Nicky. Len Goodman. Who's Len Bruce?
A lot of names coming out, being thrown into the mix here.
How many people are watching, Scott? Can you see that figure?
I can. There's 18 people currently watching.
Okay.
Yeah, so Len Goodman, they're saying is Strictly. James says I'm saying Nout on that one.
I think that's the Len Fairclough one she's alluding to. He was a Coronation Street actor. He got done back in the U-Tree days, but prior to U-Tree.
He was pre-U-Tree. Yeah.
He was a C. He was way pre. He was probably like 30 years before U-Tree. 24 people peaked at today, Susie says. Happy days.
Nice. I love that Susie's been keeping an eye on that.
It's funny because when I first started the Awesome Show, that there was a guy that used to keep an eye on the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. The highest I also got to was 20, so I'm glad that Susie's noticed we got a bit higher.
Yeah, it's a grower. It's a bit like a Awesome. The show I did there in the height of lockdown peaked at over 100 on Good Friday. I remember it was about 125, but the average is about 30 now, I think, because obviously people have gone back to work and people pass through, don't they? People go on, they move through, and they change. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, people come on here, they think, well, these guys are talking a load of nonsense, and they move on.
Yeah. NMS, Leslie Crowther was Phil Lynett's father-in-law. Phil Lynnett's father-in-law. So Phil Lynett had a thin Lizzie. He was. I remember that fact, yeah. Len Fairclough was married to Rita from The Cabin.
Ah, I know Rita. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
no, that wasn't him, was it? That was an ex-husband got run over by a tram.
Yeah, Alan Bradbury, is that? He's died recently, hasn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Has he? In real life, or did he actually get run over by a tram?
No, this time he died from natural causes, I think. It was only a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure I remember reading it.
So don't put his in, is Phil Lynnett's father-in-law or is it father-in-law? Rita did have massive issue on Marge Simpson. Jennifer Ball sending some kisses out. Good, thank you, Jennifer. Back at you.
I'm guessing there to you, Andy, because she never sent them to me before.
Well, she might be still. There's my brother. Look at my whole family have been on. My boy's been on. There's my brother there, Tim. If you want tiling done, throw in another nut shout out. By all means, guys, we'll give you a shout out when we start. We ain't got a problem with that.
Anytime, yeah.
If any local businesses want to shout out, we can happily do that for you. As I said, when we start interviewing people, we will do logos and all sorts of fancy stuff. But for now, Tim Leake, if you need some tiling done, Tim Leake Tiling. I'm biased, he's my brother, but to be fair, he does a cracking job. So if you need tiling, floors and walls, he's your man.
Fantastic. And if you need anything doing decorating inside the house, don't call me because I'm definitely not the man for that.
Yeah, no, mate. For decorating, H&H Decorators, that's who I would call. But that's another local killer into two young ladies.
I had to put a fire alarm up this week, and for most people, that's probably like a 5-minute job. But it took me about 3 hours.
Yeah,
put two screws in to the wall. That's all I needed.
Yeah,
and it took a bit longer than expected.
Yeah, that's me as well, mate. I'm exactly the same. DIY, not interested, not bothered. You know, it's just not my thing. Not my thing at all.
No, I think when anything goes on in the house, everyone knows that it's going to take about 3 weeks for me to at least look at it and then go, I need to think about that.
I remember working in a carpet shop many, many years ago, and a couple came in and they were chatting and what have you. And she was saying, she told me the story about she'd stripped the kitchen 7 years previously and it was still in the States. There was still no cupboards on the walls. It was still waiting to be papered. And her husband stood there, calm as you like, and he went, well, it ain't my fault I wasn't ready to start. It was 7 years.
And that's the best thing, isn't it? You know, it's inconvenient. It comes at the time that suits that, not that suits you.
Yeah. John Deacon's given us a Corrie fact. Had the highest viewers on a Christmas day with 27 million when Hilda Ogden left.
Yeah, there you go.
If anyone's got any local issues, potholes, lights out, speak to Lee Whitehouse. He's your counsellor.
I love as soon as you mentioned shout outs. Lee was there. With
Matt Calvin with a nice holiday. He works at Trevella Park down in Crantock. So when holidays are allowed, Matt Calvin there can get you a nice on-site caravan.
Nice. I think something everyone will be running for soon.
Once that's all opened up again. Hopefully not too long, but let's go with what's happening at the minute. We won't worry about it. Lee Whitehouse, any opportunity? Well, it says putting paper that I have to just file through my letterbox, Lee, so cheers. Yeah,
I know those papers come in handy. Like sometimes I need to prop my table up. I can put it under there.
Yeah.
I'm only joking. For anyone that has used Lee as a counsellor, you'll be aware how tentative he is to any problem that arises and does everything he can to make sure he will sort it for you.
Happy days, that's what we like to hear, isn't it? So Face is also adding on top of that. So we've got Lee, who's your main man for counsellor. You've got Face, who can get you a large or camping, not just statics. Here we go. Susie Griffiths, friend of the stars. Look at her. She met Beverly Callard, Lizzie Mack on Corrie in 1991.
Sick all the way back through Starstruck. I mean, that's some Starstruck, isn't it, being sick from it?
But I'm sick all the way back. Thought she was starstruck, but then actually found out she was pregnant with her daughter.
What a story!
Other counsellors are available.
I was almost in EastEnders as a kid, but I got cut out of the scene. So we were on a school trip to the Natural History Museum in London, and at the time we were there, they were filming EastEnders there that day, and Beppe DeMarco was there. Played by, he was played by Michael Greco was the actor's name. And then Sam Mitchell, who was played by Daniel Westbrook at the time. and they were filming, and we were that one. Yeah, she's a bit nosy. But she this was pre her nose falling out, and they were filming with the young lad that they had was bringing it between them. And I got asked to sit on a seat because we were there watching it at the time, in the shot. So when they filmed it, I was sat in the background. And then when it came on telly, the same shot was there, but it was someone else sat where I was sat. So then obviously I was that unlike sort of good for telly, I think, that they had to refilm the whole scene with somebody else.
So you had a body double. Is that what was happening?
Basically, yeah.
You had a yeah.
It was like a pan round. I was like, I'm going to pee. I was there. I was sat right there.
You like to think that they did the whole scene because the main actor made a mistake, and not because they went, "Oof, no, we need to take him out."
I'll be honest, I didn't notice any mistake in the actor, so it must have been me.
Been you then? Yeah, that's not good, is it? That's not.
Yeah, especially when you're telling everyone you're going to be in EastEnders tonight, then you're not.
Who we betting on? Lee and Susie. Tracy Hawk. She's met Keith Sutherland. Top Gun. No, Young Guns. Saddle up. He was filming Three Musketeers in Cornwall. He came and sat at our table for about half an hour. I literally couldn't speak. It was so funny. Good job. I took pictures to prove it. I think she should send some pictures to you, Scott, so we can see them, so we can get them up on here.
Definitely, yeah, I can put them on there. Especially if you can send us a message in Facebook in the next minute or so, we can get them on quickly. But that might be a bit of a rush.
Dave wouldn't have been able to speak on there if he was on.
Am I right in thinking Kiefer Sutherland was the guy out of 24 as well that played?
Yeah. So the total series of 24 lasted 27 hours. I've never worked that out. That makes sense.
I thought the whole point it was that it was meant to be 24.
Yeah. 27 hours, I think the whole box set is, which is a bit odd.
I'll take you back, mate. That's not.
You can't dig them out for tonight. You can still sell them, Scott, and we can use them next week, can't we? We can revisit.
Definitely.
Got any pictures of them with famous people? That's another little thing we could do.
Just thinking that. Well, yeah, when you said it, there's a.
Anyone's got pictures of them with famous people. Face, I know you've got a lot with Buster Blood Vessel and Rankin Roger and the specials and all that sort of era and genre. Face, send us some pictures to me or to Scott, either or via Facebook Messenger. We'll get them up. I've got some pictures of me as a kid with a Wombles somewhere in the garage. I might have to dig them out one day, but yeah, that'd be a nice little segment we could have as well.
Most definitely, yeah. I've got a few that I can dig out from my DJing times.
Yeah,
when I was on stage with Tiny Temper, DJing with Dane Bowers.
Tiny Temper, he goes, "Oh, I'm so angry." That's Tiny.
Full tantrum, we used to call him.
Full tantrum.
But yeah, when he was down at M2, I don't think he knew what hit him. He was doing all. I think he was, if I remember right, he was booked before the ash cloud happened, and he was in America, so he couldn't come over, and he wasn't that well known then. And then by the time they rearranged it for him to come back over, he'd had like 2 number 1 hits. So he was like used to saying up these big arenas, and then there he was in Kidderminster and M2.
What was M2? Where's that?
It was Mirage.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It temporarily changed to M2 for a little bit, and then went back to Mirage.
Okay.
But and it's a sad time though, because it's coming to the end of the show. Okay, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've got to say, I've really enjoyed myself. Different way of doing it for me, obviously, but it's been great. Been on to see I like the software. If I'm honest, it's been really good. And just touch on the fact, guys. Just keep talking. You've got You Matters. You've got Awesome Together. It'd be lovely to see you all over there. If you want to see me on Sunday morning with the crew or the You Matters guys, then 8:30 on Sunday morning. You'll need to Facebook friend request myself, my personal page, Andy Leak, for that. But thank you, Scott, for inviting me to do this. It's been real good fun. I've really enjoyed it. And my dog's starting to get fussy as well now, so I think she wants to go for a walk. So she's starting to hump my legs, which is always a pleasure. Well, before I say bye, I just want to say that Matt Calvin has said he's got a photo with Andy Leak, the Mr. Hero award holder. I mean, that's got to top them all, isn't it?
It's got to be. Yeah. I'll sign that for you when you come up, mate. I'll sign it for you.
That's unbelievable, Andy. Absolutely brilliant. I'm sure that's made his day.
Yeah.
Lou says, ace job. Nicholas says, I got all crap off Chubby Brown. he stayed at Ramada when I was working in the salon. It read, Nikki, I mean, this is Billux. I'm guessing it says someone else. Love, Roy Chewy Brown. Great job, guys, from Susie. Worth a fortune, that says Jane. Harry says, great show. Nicola Marie. NMS, as I've been told to say. Good night, and thank you both. Good night, right laugh, sorry. Thank you both. Tracy says, thanks both. Matt says, Jane Bunny, I'm taking it to auction. John says, fab show. Great show from Jane. And thanks, guys. Night from Michelle. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. As Andy says, we're going to be here every Monday. It might not always be the two of us together. I might be missing and Andy might be in charge one week. But either way, there will be a show here. And hopefully you'll be here with us, joining us every Monday from 7:30. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe. Take care. And remember, always talk if you need to. Thanks, guys.
See you later. Bye.